Sometimes the deepest goodbye happens without words, when the heart gets tired of explaining itself. They didn't lose you when you left. They lost you when you stopped fighting to be understood. You didn't change to hurt them. You changed to survive the silence they never noticed. The hardest thing isn't being missed later. It's being ignored while you were still giving everything. You stayed longer than you should have, hoping love would finally choose you back. Now your silence isn't empty. It's full of self-respect they never learned how to hold. They feel your absence because your presence was once their safest place. You didn't walk away in anger. You walked away in clarity. Some hearts only understand value when the warmth is gone. And when they finally realize what they lost, you're already learning how to breathe without them. Take a slow breath and stay here for a moment. This video isn't about blame, anger, or chasing someone who walked away. It's about the quiet moment when someone begins to feel you slipping away. Not because you shouted, but because you stopped shrinking. Today, we're talking about what happens inside a person's heart when they realize they're slowly losing someone who once gave them safety, patience, and unconditional presence. We'll explore the silent changes, the unspoken fear, the regret that doesn't arrive loudly but settles deep inside. This is about emotional distance, unrecognized love, and the calm strength of choosing self-respect over waiting. If you've ever loved quietly, stayed too long, or learned to let go without hatred, this message is for you. 1. They become quietly observant. When someone begins to feel you slipping away, they don't always react with noise or drama. Most of the time, they grow quiet, not because they're strong, but because they're confused. They stop speaking and start watching. They notice the way your energy no longer rushes toward them, how your replies feel calmer, lighter, less attached, how you no longer explain yourself the way you used to. They watch your silence more closely than your words. They replay old conversations late at night, wondering when your presence stopped feeling permanent. They remember a time when reaching you felt effortless, when your care arrived without hesitation. Now they hesitate. They reread messages. They observe your distance, trying to understand who you're becoming without them. This silence isn't indifference. It's the moment they realize you're no longer standing where they left you, and that realization quietly shakes them. Because losing you didn't happen suddenly. It started the moment you stopped waiting to be seen. 2. They feel the loss before it fully happens. Before you actually leave their life, something inside them already begins to ache. It isn't panic yet. It's a quiet heaviness they don't know how to explain. They feel it in the pauses, in the way your laughter doesn't reach them the same way anymore, in the space where your warmth used to arrive without effort. You're still there, but you've stopped reaching first. And that change unsettles them. They miss you even while you're present. Your absence suddenly feels louder than your presence ever did. They replay conversations, searching for the moment everything shifted. But it wasn't one moment. It was the slow realization that you stopped waiting, stopped asking, stopped proving your worth. Some nights, they almost reach out, but fear, pride, or regret holds them back. They don't know yet if they've lost you. They just know something sacred is slipping away. And that uncertainty hurts more than goodbye ever could. 3. Their heart enters a silent conflict. When they begin to feel you slipping away, their heart starts arguing with itself. Not out loud, not in ways anyone else can see, but in the quiet moments when they're alone. One part of them wants to reach out, to say something honest, to admit they feel the distance growing. The other part holds them back, protecting pride, pretending they don't care as deeply as they do. So they stay silent. But inside, they are restless. They think about you at unexpected times. They wonder how someone who once felt so close now feels just out of reach. They question what they assumed would always remain. Did they believe you would stay no matter what? Did they confuse your patience with permanence? Now they feel the weight of your love only because it's no longer guaranteed. And that quiet conflict exhausts them, because deep down, they know time doesn't wait forever. 4. Their actions begin to speak. There comes a moment when silence becomes too heavy to carry, when pretending stops working and feelings demand movement. That's when their actions begin to change. They may reach out casually, as if it means nothing, a small message, a simple reaction, a memory mentioned without explanation, not because they don't care, but because caring now feels risky. They test the distance between you. They want to know if your warmth still lives there, if your response still feels the same. Sometimes they become more attentive. Other times they pull back again, afraid of revealing too much. This isn't confusion. It's fear. Fear of realizing they waited too long, and fear of discovering you've already learned how to live without them. 5. They realize too late what they risked losing. There is a moment that arrives quietly, without warning or noise. A moment when they finally understand. You are no longer waiting, not in anger, not in bitterness, but in peace. And that peace unsettles them more than any goodbye ever could. Because they remember the version of you who stayed, who explained instead of leaving, who hoped instead of walking away. But you're different now, not colder, just stronger. They see it in how you no longer ask for reassurance, in how your silence no longer begs, it protects. They realize you didn't leave all at once. You left slowly, when your effort went unseen and your love became expected. Now the regret sits quietly in their chest, because they didn't just lose you. They lost the version of you that loved without hesitation. Must be listen the last message, because the last message especially for you. So listen, be carefully. If this message touched something deep inside you, pause for a moment, not to cry loudly, but to feel honestly. Some goodbyes don't happen with words. They happen when someone gets tired of waiting, explaining, hoping. You didn't stop loving. You just stopped hurting yourself to keep someone comfortable. And that takes courage most people never talk about. If someone feels you slipping away, it's because you finally chose peace over persistence. You chose self-respect over being almost chosen. And if you're carrying a quiet ache right now, know this. Walking away doesn't mean you failed at love. Sometimes it means you loved so deeply, you had to save yourself. Write one word in the comments, the word you're choosing now: peace, strength, letting go. You're not alone, and your healing has already begun. Thanks for staying with me at last. So please like, share and subscribe the channel for more mindset-changing videos, because this channel will grow with your support and your love. Thanks for your love.